Hello, I'm WBZ TV meteorologist Barry Burbank, and I have your forecast for the rest of this weekend and the holiday weekend and into next week as well. Well, how about yesterday's temperatures? It got up to a record-breaking 59 degrees at the Worcester Airport. That's 2 above the previous record, which was set just 1 year ago at 57 degrees. Boston didn't quite make it, was 1 degree short of tying the record that, again, was set 1 year ago at 61 degrees. So we were just close. But Boston did make it to 61, but it wasn't before midnight. It was after midnight, closer to 3 to 4 o'clock this morning. But that's still not going to make the record for today, which was 63 back in 1932. But oh, so close. Felt like summer around here this morning. The average high, by the way, for this date, for January 13th, is 36 degrees. Now, as you know, we had a lot of rain overnight. Many observers, sky orange spotters, and National Weather Service, tweets, and so forth. But we go to our WBZ weather watchers to get a few of these numbers. In Plymouth, 3.14. North Weymouth, 2.34. Gardner, 2.33. Franklin, 1.74. Cambridge, 1.68. So there was certainly some flooding in poor drainage locations. And as of this recording this morning, National Weather Service still has a few areas with a flood warning up, mainly along a few of the rivers and streams and some places where the water has accumulated in poor drainage locations. But for the most part, it's not a widespread flooding situation. There's flood watches up across the region, but that'll be lowered later. And there were a couple of ice jams in a couple of rivers, especially up north, like the Pemigewasset in Plymouth, which caused some flooding along that river up in Plymouth, New Hampshire. Well, the whole system is lifted off to the northeast as of this morning. The band of snow across central western New York State is lifting across northern Vermont and a bit of snow across extreme northern New Hampshire. But certainly after the warm weather that we had yesterday with those high dew points, muggy weather, wind, and warmth just gobbled that snow up. It's pretty much all disappeared in many areas except for some dirty old snowbanks. So all we have is a cold front coming through in the eastern sections, causing a temperature crash as we go through the rest of the day. Here's where most of the snow fell, in the order of 6 to maybe up to as much as 9 to 12 inches in a few places way out here in upstate New York, and up into southern portions of Canada, around Montreal and points northeast. Not much here indicated for the rest of the day. So how about the slopes forecast? Well, certainly they took a bummer yesterday with the rain which fell off over ski areas, and they're so warm. So changeable conditions now after that being so fantastic. The groomers will be out there, and they'll be grooming the snow back into shape. And some of the areas way up north getting some new snow out of that, but that's good. You got to go way up in far, far northern New England to find that. And certainly turning much colder. So the groomers got to get out there and do their job and get things back into shape for this holiday weekend. It's certainly going to be sunny and cold with just a few clouds in the mountains tomorrow, very cold. And same story on the holiday on Monday. Now, we do have a winter weather advisory in effect by the National Weather Service, not because it's going to be any wintry precipitation, just because it's going to be a flash freeze. In other words, the temperature is going to go down so fast late this morning, especially this afternoon, to cause any standing water, any places that don't have a chance to dry out, to freeze up and develop icy spots. So beware of that. It's not going to be a widespread ice storm by any means, but it's just the fact that the ground is wet. Those places that don't dry off will be freezing up. Even your parking lots, your driveways, your back steps, so on, sidewalks and things like that, got to be watching out for it. And watch out going to the game later this afternoon for tailgating. There'll be icy spots developing in the parking lot down there. We'll find kickoff temperature around 23 at Gillette Stadium. And by the time the game is over, it's going to be down around 19 or 20 degrees. Of course, with the wind blowing, it's going to make it feel like the low and middle teens there. So we actually get some breaks of sunshine this afternoon after the cold air starts to become established. You can see the temperatures falling down in the 20s by later this afternoon. Even down in the Cape, it turns cold there too. And then beyond that, overnight tonight, we see the temperatures continuing to fall. So right around kickoff time, it's going to be 22 to 24 around Foxborough, and continue to drop a little. So by 11:30 to midnight, it's going to be around 20 or 19 degrees. And then overnight tonight, there'll be some snow showers developing out over the coast and down over the Cape. So there'll be some snow showers there tomorrow with strings of clouds, but the rest of the region should see lots of sunshine tomorrow as it goes up to around 22 to 24 degrees. That's all we'll get tomorrow. And then you're looking ahead to Monday, and the snow showers are going to become much more expansive. In fact, it's going to become cloudy with migrating snow showers, especially along the coast, and that's going to be happening here on Monday. For traveling for this holiday weekend, for the MLK weekend, looks like for today, it's cold weather across the north, 5 in Minneapolis to 23 in St. Louis, 52 in Houston, 76 in Miami. Virtually no weather going on in most of the rest of the nation. It's quite quiet, just a few snow showers in the mountains. And the system over us is moving offshore. On Sunday, batches of snow showers going across the Great Lakes around Chicago. Nothing really particularly heavy, but looks like the high temperature in Minneapolis tomorrow will be only 3 below zero, 24 in Chicago and 73 in Miami, 70 around LA. And that's the way it's going to be into Monday. It's going to be on the chilly side. So looking ahead for us to the upcoming week, it looks like a system's going to come along. There's going to be a secondary storm forming here. The first one may give us a bit of snow late Tuesday and Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. The question is, will this second ocean storm get organized down here and start to expand? And it looks like if this condition sets up just right, this whole thing may expand more into Wednesday and Thursday with rain southeastern Mass and snow along the coast. It's really too early to be confident about how that's going to shake out and ship up for us. But we'll just have to watch it and see what happens. It looks like we'll have cold weather, that's for sure, the next couple of days. The bottom number 60 is what we had this morning. That's usually when we expect our low temperatures. The bottom number is around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning when it was 60. The top number is usually the high temperature, which is about 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This afternoon, we'll be lucky if it's 31. So a big 30-degree temperature drop from this morning to this afternoon. Cold weather tomorrow and Monday, with those snow showers on Monday more prevalent. And then that possible storm here Tuesday night and Wednesday, we'll have to see how that all works out for us. That's the way it's looking right now. Have a nice weekend.